yourself up, cross-legged or on your knees. And take a moment to sit upright from the lower back, so tilt the pelvis forward slightly, draw the belly in, lift the chest, roll the shoulders down, and rest your hands gently on your legs. Close your eyes and take a moment to arrive in your body, arrive on your mat, noticing any sensations, noticing any areas of pain or tension, or any areas of ease, and noticing any mood or emotion and how that might be manifesting in the body. And then we take 3 deep, intentional breaths together, inhaling right down deep into the belly, really using that lower lung. And exhale, feel the sitting bones drop down. And then inhale wide into the sides and the back of the rib cage. And exhale, feel the shoulders drop down and back one more. And one more time, inhale down deep into the belly, out into the sides, the back of the rib cage, all the way up to the top of the lungs. And exhale, let it go. Let your day so far go. And perhaps set an intention to practice for the next hour with a sense of compassion and curiosity, not judging or criticizing yourself, but just being present and aware with whatever is there. And then open your eyes, interlace your hands in front of you, take a breath in, and breathing out, push the palms away. Tips of the thumbs touching, little fingers crossed. Draw the belly in and up, take another breath in, and on the out breath, start to move the arms and the shoulder sockets, keep that low belly drawing in, don't go into the back bend. As you come up into an extension, and then lift up out of the waist, lengthening the side of the body, squeeze the upper arms towards each other, resist the weight with the heels of the hands. Keep the breath flowing smoothly in and out. Really stretching the sides of the body here. And then slowly release your arms down. Release your legs if you have them crossed. And then cross them the other way, so bring the other shin in front. Again, sitting up from the lower back, so tilting the pelvis forward, drawing the belly in, lifting the chest, really taking up the full height of your spine. Roll the shoulders down and back and just rest for a moment here. Inhale, rising up through the crown of the head. And exhale, broadening the chest, relaxing the shoulders down. And then interlace your hands the other way. Take a breath in and breathing out, push the palms away. Draw the belly in and up, take another breath in, and on the exhale, move the arms and the shoulder sockets, perhaps arriving a little bit more swiftly at your destination, second time around. And then lift up out of the waist, keep that belly drawing in, stretching up the sides of the body, squeeze the upper arms together, resist the weight with the heels of the hands. Keep the breath flowing smoothly in and out through the nose. And then slowly release the arms and release the hands. Make your way up to standing. And stand with your toes together, ready for Tadasana. Bring some awareness down into the soles of your feet. And ground down through the heel of the right foot, pick up the ball of the foot, stretch it forwards, spread the toes. Left foot, heel down, ball up, stretch the foot forward, spread the toes. Then lift, keeping the balls of the feet down, lift up all the toes together and see if you can just bring down one toe at a time and lift up one toe at a time. Have a look down if that's helpful. See what the toes are doing. And just bringing the awareness into the midfoot as you do this, feeling all those little muscles in the foot waking up. And then bring the toes down, bring the body weight back slightly so the hips stack over the heels. Engage the quadriceps so that the kneecaps lift up. Lift the front of the pelvis, draw the belly in, lift the chest and roll the shoulders down, extending the fingertips towards the floor. Mountain pose, foundation of all the standing postures. Then take a breath in, and on the exhale, extend the arms to the sides. Really stretching across the front of the chest, long fingers, wide palms, broadening the torso as much as possible. Then turn the arms in the shoulder sockets and maintaining the alignment of the torso, maintaining the hips back over the heels. Just bring the arms up overhead. And again, really reach and lengthen, stretching the sides of the body. Keep the belly drawing in, keep the kneecaps lifted, chest lifted. Can you stretch your fingertips up a little bit more, using the arms to lengthen the torso? You're hanging from the ceiling. How long would you be? Keeping the breath flowing. A little sit there in this extended position. And then allow the arms to come down. And bring your hands onto your hips. Bend your knees. And step or hop to a wide stride for the second warrior pose. Start with two heels in one line. Outside edges of the feet parallel. Turn your left foot in slightly. Right foot out all the way, making it so the inside edge of the right foot is parallel with the mat. Four corners of the torso facing the front. Draw the belly in. Inhale, lift up out of the waist. Exhale down. And then inhale up. We'll do this a few times, really focusing on maintaining this back leg, resisting back, and your right knee pushing towards the little toe side of the foot. Torso stays exactly in the center, belly in, chest lifted. Just warming up into that hip a little bit. And next time you're at the top, pause. Inhale, outstretch the arms, extend. And then exhale down into your warrior two. And turn your head to look along your right arm. Mind to the left foot, push the heel down, lift the inner arch up, lift the quadricep, draw the belly in, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down away from the ears, extend through to the fingertips, long fingers, wide palms. Maybe have a little look behind you and check that your back arm is up in line with the shoulder, not drooping down behind you. And then return your gaze to the front, gazing at a single point. Pushing your right knee towards the little toe side of the foot. And again, re-engaging with that back leg. See if you can sit down a little bit more. And then bring your gaze to the front. Straighten that leg, but don't put the foot down. Just rest the arm. We're going to go straight into extended side angle from here with these same legs. So draw the belly in, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, sit down to that 90-degree angle. Then bring your right elbow to your right knee. Use that elbow to push the knee back and start to turn the tummy and the chest up towards the ceiling, opening, spiraling the torso upward, keeping that belly drawing in. Take your left arm up and over, extend away, really stretching the whole left side of the body. And if you wish, you can bring your gaze up towards the ceiling, looking past your armpit. Left leg really strong, push that heel down. Keep the belly drawing in, use the right elbow to push that knee back. And if you want to bring the right hand down behind that leg, of course you can do so, pushing the knee back into the elbow. And bring your gaze to the front, keep the knee bent, come up through warrior two, and then straighten the leg. Then the foot round, bring your hands down onto your hips. Other side. Turn your right foot in slightly, left foot out all the way, inside edge of the foot parallel. Torso facing the front, hands on hips, elbows back, open chest. Inhale, lift, and exhale, bend that knee. Inhaling up, exhaling down. This time focusing on the right leg, the back leg, pushing that heel down, keeping that quadricep engaged, and kind of resisting back to that side with that leg. Left knee pushes towards the little toe side of the foot, making sure you're getting that full external rotation in the left hip. Belly stays drawing in and up, chest lifted, crown of the head rising. Okay, next time you are at the top, pause, inhale out, stretch the arms, extend, turn your head to look along your arm, and sit down into your warrior two on the left side. Mind to the back foot, push the heel down, engage the quadricep, draw the belly in, lift the chest, and drop the shoulders down away from the ears. Extend through to the fingertips, and again, maybe just check out your back arm and make sure it's still up in line with your shoulder. Left knee now pushing towards the little toe side of the foot. Drawing the belly in, see if you can sit down a little bit more to that side, keeping that back leg strong. And then gaze to the front, straighten the leg. Drop the arms, hands on hips, elbows back, and we'll go into extended side angle pose. On an inhale, again, lift the chest, and then exhale, sit down to the left. Bring your left elbow to your left knee, and use that elbow to push the knee back. Right leg really strong and engaged. Draw the belly in and start to turn the tummy and the chest up towards the ceiling. Take the top arm up and over, palm facing down, and stretch now along the right side of the body, bringing the gaze up towards the ceiling if you wish. If you want to take your left arm down behind the foot, you can push that knee into the elbow, no weight through those fingertips. Keep the breath flowing, extend those top fingers away, and then gaze to the front, keep the knee bent as you come up through warrior two. Straighten your leg and step back to your mountain pose. Spread your toes, pull your weight back over the heels, lift the chest, roll the shoulders down, and breathe. Okay, hands on hips, step or hop to a medium stride for triangle pose. Turn the left foot in slightly, right foot out all the way. Inhale, outstretch the arms, both legs stay straight. So push the heels down, engage the quadricep, and keep them engaged throughout the posture. Then start to lengthen out to the right, as if you're trying to grab something that's over there. So you're really lengthening this right side of your body. And when you can't reach any further, just bring the right arm down, maintaining that position of the torso. The less weight you put on this hand, the more you're going to be using your core, so you can just put the back of the hand against the leg, or if you need to support yourself, you can. Take the top arm up, bring both shoulders down away from the ears, and if you wish, you can bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. Draw the belly in, re-engage both your quadriceps, and then bring the body down a tad more if you can. Keep the breath flowing. Either stay here with this position of the arms, or bring the arms up in line with the ears, stretching the fingertips away, biceps to the ears, belly in, both quadriceps still engaged. Can you come down a little bit more? We're really using those obliques to support the weight of your torso. And then come all the way up. Turn your right foot round and relax your arms a moment. We'll go to the other side, bring the body weight back onto the heels, engage the quadriceps, lift the front of the pelvis. Turn the right foot in slightly and the left foot out all the way. Heels down, engage the quadriceps, keep them engaged. Inhale, outstretch the arms and extend, and then stretch out to the left, really as if you're trying to grab something that's out of your reach to that side, and then maintain that position of your torso and just allow the arm to come down onto the leg, either taking a little bit of weight or just bringing the hand in front of the leg. Take the top arm up, draw both shoulders back away from your ears, and then gaze towards the ceiling if you wish, chin to the shoulder. Draw the belly in, Keep both legs really engaged. Engage those quadriceps, stretching up with your top arm. And maybe bringing the torso down another smidge if you can. Either stay here or bring the arms up in line with the ears to challenge yourself even more, extending through to the fingertips, biceps glued to the ears. Can you come down a little bit more, engaging your quadriceps, draw the belly in, smile. You're using those obliques to support the weight of the torso, and then come all the way up, turn the left foot round, and come back to your mountain pose. Bring the body weight back, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down, and extend the fingertips to the floor, and breathe. Okay, we're going to do a supported warrior 3. So come to a wall or a sofa or something that you can put your arms on, and just measure a position so that you can have your body in roughly this shape with your lower back in neutral. And then stand up from that distance, bring your feet together, in fact, or nearly together. Find your mountain pose, body weight back over the heels, engage the quadriceps. Inhale, reach the arms up and stretch, biceps to the ears, draw the belly in. Go into a little bit of a back bend, so lengthen the front of the body as much as possible, and then maintain that length as you reach forward, forwards, forwards for your support, your wall or your back of your sofa or your door or whatever it is you're using. Draw the belly in and use one hand just to check that your lower back is in concave. If it's not, you need to come up a little bit more. So be in a place where you can maintain your lumbar curve. Really using the belly to draw the belly button in towards the spine. And then we're going to lift the right leg first, so keeping the left leg on the floor and really isolate the movement, so stabilize your hips in space as you slowly lift your right leg up and back in line with the hip. Now that right hip is going to want to come up, so bring that hip down, and as you do so, you're going to feel your left hip working really hard to stabilize. You can take your left hand off the wall and feel your pelvis in space. And again, square those hips off with the floor. Keep the belly drawing in, both legs straight if possible. Left leg can be bent if necessary. Have a look at your right toes and check they're pointing directly towards the floor. If not, a little bit more internal rotation, pointing those toes straight down. Lift the heel up a little bit more, bring the right hip down a little bit more, draw the belly in, long front body, extending the torso away, really using those left glutes here to stabilize the position, and then bring with control that right foot down. And we'll just come out of it for a moment, draw the belly in, hands on hips, stand all the way up. And then we're going to go to the other side. So again, find your good mountain pose posture, bringing body weight back over the heels, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in. Inhale, lift the arms, extend, lengthen the front of the body, go into a little bit of a back bend here, and then maintaining that position, reaching forwards, 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 coming to, again, that place where you can maintain your lumbar curve. Strongly draw the belly in towards the spine, stabilize the pelvis, and then lift slowly your left leg up and back in line with the hips. Your left hip will have lifted up, so start to bring the left hip down towards the floor. You can use your right hand on your sacrum to help you find that square pelvis position. Now really rooting your right glute med to stabilize that position. Keep the belly drawing in, both legs straight if possible. Right leg can be bent if necessary. Left leg definitely straight. Have a look down at your left toes, check they're pointing straight down towards the ground. If not, find a little bit of internal rotation, turning them down even more. Drop that left hip, keep the belly drawing in, long extended torso, lift the leg up a little bit more, and then with control, bring that Left leg down, hands on hips, belly in. Inhale, stand all the way up and breathe. Find again your mountain pose. And then step your feet into a wide stride for a wide-legged forward bend. If you usually use the support in front of you, grab something to raise up, chair, back of the sofa, blocks, whatever. If not, don't worry. 2 heels in one line, turn the toes in a little bit more, finding that pigeon toe position to facilitate the inward rotation of your thighs. Engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in, bring your hands on hips, draw the elbows back, lengthen the front of your body. So really exaggerate this kind of backward bending position. Imagine you're trying to make the longest distance possible between your throat and your groin, really lengthening the front of the body, and then keep that length as you start to come forwards from the hips. So you're maintaining that backward bend position. Come down and as far as you can without rounding through the lower back, and just hold it there. Re-engage your glutes, push the heels down, lift the inner arches up, glutes in, draw the belly in, extend the torso away, elbows back, opening across the chest. Can you come down a smidge more without rounding? Just holding it there, keeping the breath flowing. And then bring your fingertips down onto the floor or onto your support. If you have no support and this makes your back round, you can walk it forwards into a wide-legged downward dog. Otherwise, keep your hands directly under your shoulders. Turn the points of the elbows back towards the body. Keep the belly drawing in. Turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling, lengthening the front of the body, keeping the chest and gaze forwards. And from there, if you want to come down a little bit more, you can. Doing whatever is appropriate for you, or just holding it there. Keeping those quadriceps engaged, and trying to get the lowest rib a little bit closer towards the floor. And then wherever you are, coming back up onto the fingertips and gazing forwards and taking a couple of deep breaths here. And then you can just heel toe your feet in until they're underneath your hips. Bend your knees a lot. Bring the hands to the hips, draw the belly to the spine, and inhale, stand all the way up. Step the feet together. Find your mountain pose, bringing the body weight back, lifting the chest, and extending the fingertips down towards the floor. And breathe. Okay. Come to the top of your mat if you haven't already. And stand with your feet at a generous hip distance, toes in so that the outside edges of the feet are parallel, body weight back, engage the quadriceps, draw the belly in, hands on hips, draw the elbows back, or arms up by the ears if you want to challenge yourself a little bit more. If you're bringing the arms up by the ears, glue your biceps to your ears and do not allow them to move. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, coming forwards as much as you can without rounding, and inhaling up. Doing that with the rhythm of your own breath, drawing the belly in towards the spine and using the glutes to lift the weight of the upper body, glutes and the hamstrings. So we're training our hamstrings in a lengthened position here because they have to lift the weight of the upper body when they're in an extended position, which they don't often do, unless you do a lot of deadlifting. And next time you're at the top, bring your hands down onto your hips. If you're not there already, draw the elbows back, draw the belly in. Inhale, stretch, lengthen, go into a bit of a back bend, and come down halfway and hold it. Again, checking, make sure that you haven't lost your lumbar curve. Really draw the belly in, turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling. Legs are straight at this point, extending the chest forward, drawing the elbows back behind you, keeping the breath flowing. And then bend your knees, laying stomach onto thighs, bending the knees as much as you need to find that comfortable position. Allow the head to hang, maybe give it a little shake and nod. Then lengthening your breath here, taking a few deeper breaths. You can use the pressure of the belly on the thighs to send the breath into the back of the body. And then keeping the contact between stomach and thighs. Just see if you can lift the hips ever so slightly, just a millimetre or two. Really feeling that stretch in the middle of the hamstring. And then bring your gaze forwards, bend the knees even more, and step or hop your way back into a plank position. Really push the floor away and draw the head back in space. Draw the belly in towards the spine. Squeeze the glutes so you're finding that anterior pelvic tilt. Legs are working, so heels are pushing away. Quadriceps are working. Glutes are squeezing down as much as possible. Lower abdomen is squeezing in. Shoulders are contracted, really pushing the floor away as much as possible. So you're kind of doming through your spine, finding a really strong plank here. Holding it for just another few seconds. And then push your way back to a downward dog. Keeping the knees bent, the heels up. You can walk the knees out a little bit. If that feels good, turning the tailbone up towards the ceiling, really push the floor away with the hands. Relax the head. And then bring the knees down, toes together, knees wide, and just rest for a moment in child's pose. Step your hands if you need to, or rest your forehead directly on the floor. And then come up to all fours position. Bring your knees hip distance, spread the fingers nice and wide, draw the belly in towards the spine, finding a neutral spine. And again, draw the head back in space, using those neck flexors to lift the head without, you're not craning your neck, you're not going into a spine, just keep the head drawing backwards a little bit. And tuck your toes under and maintaining the position of your neutral torso. Just lift the knees up an inch from the floor, keeping the belly drawing in. Keep the hands pushing away from the floor, shoulders contracted, drawing the belly in. Head comes backwards in space. You can either hold it there, or you can lift the right leg up and back behind you, extending it. Drop that right hip down, keep the belly drawing in, holding it there for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that right down in line. Keep the knees hovering. Draw the belly in, and then left leg goes up and back. Push the floor away with the arms. Keep that belly drawing in for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that left knee down. Keep the knees hovering just for another moment. And then drop the knees, sit back on your heels, and just give your wrists a little bit of movement. If that is what they need. Okay, then we're going to come into a full plank, either on your hands, or if you want to do a forearm plank, the that's also fine, whichever is best for your wrists and shoulders. But whichever version you're in, set up from the legs. So push the heels away, engage the quadriceps, squeeze the glutes so that the tailbone points down, draw the belly in, push the floor away and draw the head back in space. Either hold here or lift your right leg up, keeping the right hip down. So everything else remains the same, but you're just lifting that leg up, holding it there for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And right leg comes down, re-stabilize, and the other side, left leg up, keeping the left hip down, really draw that belly in, holding it there for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left toes come down, push back to a downward dog, relax the head, turn the tailbone up towards the ceiling, really pushing the floor away with the hands. And then bring your knees down, toes together, relax the head just for a moment. Breathing into the back of the body. And then again, come forwards to your kneeling position. We're going to go into a side plank. So again, it's your choice. You can either do it up on your hands or you can do a side plank on your elbows, whichever is better for your wrists and shoulders. If you don't like putting all your weight through one wrist, then obviously go on your elbow. So come to your full plank of choice, either on the hands or on the elbows, and then turn over onto your left side, or to be honest, whichever side is more convenient for you to face the computer. And then again, we don't want to kind of a really straight plank. I want you to really push that top hip up as much as possible. So we're using this oblique on the underside to stabilize that position. You can bring one foot in front of the other to make it a little bit easier, or stack the feet and take the top arm up. Bring your top hip a little bit forwards. Keep the breath flowing. Squeeze that hip up towards the ceiling a little bit more. And then you can either hold it here, or you can bring your front leg forwards in space, using that top glute to hold that leg up for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down, come to center, and just drop the knees, drop back down for a moment. Relax the forehead on the floor and breathe into the back of the body. I'm going to turn around so that I can face you on the other side. You don't need to do that. Again, come to your plank of choice. So whatever you did on the other side, do the same thing here, either on your wrists or on your elbows, and then turn onto your plank on the other side. And same thing, really push the hips up so you're using the obliques on this underside to lift up as much as possible, either bringing one foot in front of the other or stacking the feet as you wish. Bring your top hip a little bit forwards. That will probably align you because most people bring that top hip back, and you should find that makes it a little bit more difficult, lifting those hips up even more, pushing the floor away. Hold it there, or you can bring your top leg out in front, keeping that leg as straight as possible, lifting it up using the glutes to keep that leg lifted for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. With control, bring that leg down. Come to face the floor, drop the knees, and drop the head. Relaxing back, breathing into the back of the body. And then draw the belly in and push yourself up to a kneeling position. And then come over onto your backside. And lower yourself down onto your elbows. And go into a little bit of an anterior pelvic tilt. So push the lower back down, lift the tailbone slightly and draw the belly in, and feel how to do that. You have to start to really engage the lower abdominal muscles. And bring your hands, bring your hands so that your middle finger is on the top of your hip. Like you should feel your hip bone here, and then your thumb is on the bottom of your rib cage. So have a look at the screen to see what I'm doing if you don't know what I mean. But bring your hands there so that you can feel the distance between your hip and your rib cage. And then let the engagement of your abdominals go so that your tailbone starts to go down and your lower back lifts up. And you should feel that distance between hip and rib cage gets a little bit bigger. And then as you draw the belly in, push the lower back down, lift the tailbone, that distance gets smaller. So that smaller distance when your lower back is imprinted and your belly is in and your tailbone is up, that is the distance that we're going to be trying to maintain as we go into this movement. So keep your fingers on your hip bone and your rib cage. Really draw the belly in and then lift one leg up and the other leg up just to 90 degrees. And so you should already be having to really use your lower abs a little bit more to maintain that distance between the hip and the rib cage. From here, we're going to exhale and lengthen one leg away, dip the heel to the floor, no weight through it, and then the other leg. We're really focusing on being honest here, maintaining that distance between the hip and the rib cage, really drawing the belly in, keeping the lower back imprinted. If you can't bring the leg all the way down, that's fine, but really focus on keeping good form and maintaining that distance without going into any extension and flaring the rib cage. And then finishing on whichever leg you did not start on. Pause it there for a moment. And then we're going to lift the chest and head up, gazing somewhere above your knees so you're not craning your neck back. Still keep the belly drawing in. If you need to bring your hands behind your head to support it, you can, or keep your fingers on those points. And then same thing, start to move each leg down to the floor. Really keep that belly drawing in. Maintain that distance between the legs. Either stay here at this level, or if you want to make it harder, you can bring your arms up in line with your ears. Make sure the shoulder blades stay up off the floor, keeping the lower back imprinted. And then you can stay here at this level, or if you want to make it harder, you can straighten the legs out. As long as that lower back does not come off of the floor. Shoulder blades up. For another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Bring the soles of your feet together. Hands on the low belly. Knees drop out to the side. Supta Baddha Padmasana. Just breathe into your low belly. Using that breath to stretch out those abdominal muscles. Okay, and then bring your knees up, feet flat on the floor again. We're going to do hollow body hold. If you know what that is, and you know your jam, you just want to go straight into it, do that. If you're not really sure, just have a look and I will show you the various options. So non-negotiable is belly in, lower back imprinted on the floor. So any point that you start to lose that, you need to regress to the previous option. So from here, you would lift the head and chest with the arms stretching down, shoulder blades are up off the floor, belly is in, and knees come up in that position they were in before. So this is the easiest option, really keeping the belly drawing in. From here, then we can take the arms up in line with the shoulders, but still keeping the shoulder blades up on the floor. Then the next option is to straighten the legs out a little bit. You can also bring the arms down here to make that one a little bit easier, keeping the belly in. And then final option is legs are long, arms are up, shoulder blades are up, belly is drawing in, lower back is imprinted. Okay, and if you ever feel that lower back coming off, then just regress. So let's go in all together. If you were already in, take a break briefly, and then we will go in all together. So starting with your feet on the floor, draw the belly in, push the lower back down, hands reach down to the toes, and lift the head and chest so the shoulder blades are up off of the floor, extending your fingers down. Check you've still got your belly drawing in towards the floor. Imprint that lower back as you lift your legs up to 90 degrees. Either hold it here, or from there take the arms up in line with the ears, keeping the shoulder blades up, and either hold it here, or extend the legs to an angle, and hold it there, or bring the legs down, keeping the belly in, keeping the shoulder blades up. Everything is strong. Extend the toes away, extend the fingers away. That belly drawing down towards the floor for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees in, hug the knees in towards the chest, and you can just roll over the lower back a little bit. Bring the feet down, knees wide, soles of the feet together, hands on the low belly, breathe into the belly. And then bring the soles of the feet on the floor, palms face down, either side of the hips. And we're going to do some reverse crunches, lifting the lower back off of the floor. Have a look if you're not sure what I mean. So we're going to lift the legs up, and then it's a very tiny movement, just lifting, using the lower abs to lift the tailbone and hips up off of the floor, and trying as much as possible to not use momentum. And the more you bring your feet over your head, the easier it is. The more you can keep your feet away from your face, the harder it's going to be. Okay, so going into that, if we haven't already, drawing the belly in, and as I said, trying to control the movement. So if you really kind of use momentum, it's very easy, but really see if you can engage with those lower abs, using the abs to lift the hips just a little bit, a centimetre or 2 off of the floor. Let's do another 5 of these. And then when you've done your 5, very slowly bring the legs down for 10, 9, keeping the belly drawing in, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Breathe into the belly, go into your Baddha Konasana if that feels good for you. Then bring your feet flat on the floor. We'll go into a few bridge variations. So start with your feet hip distance flat on the floor. Hands, palms face down, extending the fingers down towards your toes. Lift your chest and draw your shoulder blades down underneath your chest a little bit. And lengthen the back of your neck. So just lift your head, lengthen the back of your neck away from you. And then once we go into this, keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. So if you need to look at the screen, come out of the posture and look rather than looking when you're in it, because you shouldn't turn your head once you're in bridge. And then starting the movement with the abdominals, start to draw the belly in, pushing the lower back down, lifting the tailbone, slightly squeezing the glutes, and then very slowly moving up into your bridge pose. Really squeezing the glutes at the top, sending the tailbone up towards the ceiling. And then again, very slowly start to lower the upper back. Really draw the belly in, really squeeze the glutes, tailbone working up towards the ceiling so that you can bring the lower back down last of all, and then finally relaxing those glutes off. And again, draw the belly in, squeeze the glutes, lift the tailbone, and slowly come up into your bridge pose. And when you're at the top, if you want to make it a bit more of an intense back bend, push your knees back to your face a little bit. So you're pushing through the legs, and that will increase your back bend. You can keep your hands flat on the floor, or you can interlace your hands underneath you if that feels good. And walk up onto the shoulders a little bit more. Squeeze the glutes, really push the tailbone up. Knees stay tracking above or in line with the hips, so you're not allowing the knees to fall out towards the sides. Keeping the breath flowing, squeeze those glutes up a little bit more, and then slowly working your way down through the spine, draw the belly in, lift the tailbone so that it comes down last of all, and then hug your knees into your chest. You can just roll from side to side, over the lower back a little bit. And then bring your feet flat on the floor, feet wide. And you can just roll from side to side with the feet on the floor, massaging the glutes a little bit. Okay, and then one more time, you can either, if you want to go into the full back bend wheel pose, you can, or if not, you can go again into your bridge pose, whichever is appropriate for you. Same principle with both postures. Really squeezing the glutes, sending the tailbone up to take that bend out of the lower back and take it more into the rest of the body. So whichever posture you're gonna go into, plant your feet hip distance with your feet in parallel so they're not turning in or out. If you're going into bridge, palms face down either side of you. If you're going into your back bend, you can bring the hands by the shoulders with the fingers pointing down. Draw the belly in towards the spine, squeeze the glutes, lift the tailbone, and either go slowly up into your bridge or push your way up into your wheel pose. And then whichever posture you're in, really squeeze the glutes, send the tailbone up, keeping the breath flowing. Push your knees back towards your body if you want to increase the back bend in the bridge pose. Deepen the legs in parallel, squeeze the glutes a little bit more, and then slowly bring yourself down, rolling through the spine so that the tailbone comes down last of all. Again, hug the knees into the chest, roll over the lower back a little bit. And then bring the feet again, soles of the feet together, allow the legs to fall out into Supta Konasana, and just breathing into the belly. And then we'll get ready for Shavasana, so bring the legs together, arms facing up towards the floor, lift the chest, draw the shoulder blades down underneath you, lift the lower back and lengthen the lower back, and then allow the legs to come long and the feet fall out to the sides. Close your eyes and make any final adjustments so that you can be comfortable and still for the next few minutes. Bringing the awareness down into the toes, soles of the feet, tops of the feet. Bring your awareness into your ankles and shins, into the calves and knees. And bring your awareness into your thighs and hips, allowing the weight of the pelvis to sink down. And then bring your awareness up through the back, lower back, middle back, and upper back, and into the abdomen, navel, and chest. Bring your awareness into your shoulders, your arms and elbows, and into the wrists and hands, feeling the thumbs and each of the fingers, the back of the hand and the palm of the hand. And then bring your awareness into your neck and head. Relax all the muscles of the face, the jaw, the lips, the nose and cheeks, the eyes and eyelids, the eyebrows, and the forehead. Allowing everything to soften, let go, releasing to the ground. And then bring your awareness to your breathing, to the sensations of the abdomen, rising and falling. And you're welcome to stay here for longer if you want to. If you're ready to move, you can start to take some deeper, fuller breaths, breathing down deep into the belly and filling up the lungs. And then gently starting to move the toes and fingers, the feet, the hands. And if you want to, you can take a full body stretch, stretching the arms up overhead, stretching the heels away. And then draw up one leg and the other leg. And rolling over onto one side, just taking a moment now. And then pushing your way back to a seated position. Sit cross-legged or on your knees. Sitting up straight one last time, lifting the chest, broadening, allowing the shoulders to relax down and back. And keep your hands resting on your thighs or bring your hands to a prayer position in the center of your chest. Bow your chin. Take a moment to notice yourself, to give thanks, and then raise your head and open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you very much for practicing and well done.